If you've been asking yourself, am I ready for this exam? I want you to stay right here because that question means more than you think. And by the end of this video, you're going to have a real answer, not just a pep talk. First, can I just say something? I remember sitting exactly where you are, staring at my notes, second guessing everything, wondering if I had done enough. And I want you to hear this clearly. Feeling nervous does not mean you're not ready. It usually means you care deeply about something you've worked really hard for. Those are not the same thing. Most people walking into the SHRM exam feel some version of what you're feeling right now. So before we go any further, I just want you to know that you are not alone in this. Now let's talk about what readiness actually looks like, because it's probably not what you think. The first thing I want you to check in yourself is whether you've moved from memorizing to understanding. There's a real difference. Memorizing means you can recite what succession planning is. Understanding means you can look at a scenario and explain why an organization would choose succession planning over external hiring, what problem it solves, who it affects, how it connects to the bigger workforce strategy. The SHRM exam is going to hand you situations, not definition. If you can read a scenario and recognize where a concept fits and why it matters there, that's a really good sign. Here's another shift I want you to notice in yourself. Are you trying to find the right answer, or are you starting to eliminate the wrong ones? When your thinking starts to sharpen, you'll look at an answer choice and know immediately that it's reactive, that it's not what the organization actually needs. You might have two options that both sound totally reasonable, but you can see which one is thinking long-term and which one is just putting out a fire. That shift from choosing what sounds right to choosing what makes sense strategically, that is a huge indicator that you're moving in the right direction. One of the things I love about a certain moment in studying, and you'll know when you hit it, is when everything stops feeling like a list of random topics and starts feeling like one connected picture. Compensation affects retention. Retention connects to engagement. Engagement feeds into workforce planning. These are not separate chapters. They are a system. And SHRM builds questions around how well you understand that system. When you start naturally seeing those connections without forcing it, you are in a really good place. Now, I also want to say this. Readiness does not mean you know everything. What it does mean is that you know yourself. Maybe employment law feels solid, but talent acquisition needs more attention. Maybe recruiting clicks, but change management still feels fuzzy. That self-awareness is actually a strength. It means you can be intentional with your time instead of reviewing things you've already mastered. The people who pass usually have a clear picture of where they're strong and where they still need to focus. And when it comes to practice exams, I'm not looking for a perfect score. I'm looking for consistency. If your scores are evening out, fewer random swings, fewer I have no idea why I chose that moments, that matters. Even better is when you can look at a missed question and explain why you got it wrong. Maybe you picked the reactive answer out of habit. When you can identify those patterns in your own thinking, your thinking is being trained the right way. Maybe you picked the reactive answer out of habit. When you can identify those patterns in your own thinking, your thinking is being trained the right way. Now I want to be honest with you because I think you deserve that more than just reassurance. If you're still mostly relying on memorization, or your answers are based on how things work at your specific workplace, or unfamiliar wording throws you completely off, that's a sign you need a little more time. Not because you can't do this, but because SHRM is testing how you think, not what you've memorized. The goal is to be able to think through anything they put in front of you, not to have seen every possible question before. At its core, this exam is really asking one thing. Can you think like an HR professional who makes decisions in the best interest of the business? That's it. That's what all of your preparation is building toward. So if you're deep in your studies right now and feeling the weight of it, I see you. I've been exactly where you are. Drop a comment below and tell me where you are in your prep, or if there's a specific area you're struggling with. I read them all. Let's figure this out together. I'll see you in the next one.